Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss the structure of heart and we will do this question in our practical file. In practical file you have to draw the diagram of the heart and you are supposed to explain each part and their location as well as their function. You can do in the form of a table or you can do in the form of a paragraph. Rather, I will suggest you go as in a tabulated form, so it is easy to write or easy to read even. Now, heart is an important part of any living organism. It is a center from where the blood is pumped. It is the size of closed fist. बंद मुट्ठी के बराबर इसका साइज होता है. Look in the video and identify different parts. This is our human heart. It is located in thoracic cavity between two lungs. Its 2/3 part is towards the left side and 1/3 part is towards the right side. Now look in this beautiful This is the base part. Lower part is known as apex region. It is 5 inches in height and 3.5 inches in width. And from the other side, it is around 2.5 in diameter. Now, this part is right auricle. Clear? This part is left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. This one is tricuspid valve. This one is bicuspid valve. Now, from the tricuspid valve, you can notice chordae tendineae. I will show you chordae tendineae right now. These are chordae tendineae and these are papillary muscles. These fine threads are chordae tendineae and these are papillary muscles. This is the tube which is going from right ventricle. It is pulmonary artery. It carries deoxygenated blood. This one is pulmonary vein, aorta, which carry oxygenated blood from left ventricle. You can notice the septum between the right ventricle and left ventricle is quite thick, while the septum between the right auricle and left auricle is comparatively thin. This one is comparatively thin. You can notice that the wall of ventricle is thick, so it can provide more surface area, while the chambers of auricle are comparatively thin. These are two pulmonary veins which carry oxygenated blood from lungs to this part, and this one is left auricle. From here, these two are bicuspid valve. It enter into left ventricle, and from left ventricle it will power to the entire body. Now go ahead. These are the 4 chambers of the heart. And now notice how chordae tendineae helps in the movement of different valves. These are two atria. These are two ventricles. Tricuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve is also known as mitral valve. This is the septum which separate ventricle. This is another view of human heart. Now the blue color blood is deoxygenated blood and the left red is oxygenated blood. I hope four chambers are clear. Interarterial septum which separate two auricle and ventricle. Right auricle and right ventricle. These are tricuspid valve. These are bicuspid valve, also known as mitral valve. Once again, you can notice these are chordae tendineae. I hope it is clear now. And these are papillary muscles from which it is attached. And these are semilunar valves. Atrioventricular valves means valve between auricle and ventricle, that is tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Chordae tendineae connected with tricuspid and bicuspid valve. This is the pulmonary trunk. Pulmonary trunk carry blood from right ventricle to lungs. And this is the pulmonary semilunar valve. This is aorta which carry blood, oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. This is pulmonary valve and this one is aortic valve. Now these are semilunar valve. This is aortic valve. Aortic valve is present at the end of aorta in left ventricle. From aorta arise. This one pulmonary valve. It arises from right ventricle from here, and this arises from left ventricle like this. And these are the tricuspid valve, 3 cusps are there. These are bicuspid valve, 2 cusps are there. You can notice how these valves are working, and they help in contraction and relaxation of different chambers. Now here you can notice the position of right auricle. This is left auricle. This is right ventricle. This is left ventricle. Left ventricle has thick wall to provide more area. Now look here, this is sinoatrial node. This sinoatrial node create impulses, send these impulses to left auricle as well as at the end of atrioventricular node. So it can transmit the message or impulse to ventricular region, so ventricle can contract. These are bundle of hairs which carry impulses to Purkinje fiber. They help in Purkinje fiber help in contraction and relaxation of ventricle. Now this is the proper diagram. Look on this diagram. Every part of this diagram, draw this diagram and explain whatever the labelings are there. So let's move with each labeling. First one is, there are few labelings which you are not supposed to do. First labeling is superior vena cava. This you have to do. Superior vena cava carry blood from the region which is above the heart. Right pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood towards the right lungs from right ventricle. Pulmonary valve is present at the end of pulmonary artery which prevent backflow of blood from pulmonary artery. Interarterial septum. Interarterial septum is the septum which divide two auricles. It is a thinner septum. Pulmonary veins, it is in pair, and we have two pairs, one from right side and one from left side, which carry oxygenated blood to both of to left ventricle. This here. Next is right atrium, which receive deoxygenated blood from superior vena cava, from inferior vena cava, as well as coronary sinus. Fossa ovalis, it is the pore between right auricle and left auricle in case of embryo, in case of fetus, because during pregnancy the child is not passing, when the child is in the mother wombs, that time blood is directly passed from right auricle to left auricle. There is no need to send it to lungs. Tricuspid valve, I hope it is very clear because in diagram it was very clear. Tricuspid valve is present between right auricle and right ventricle. It prevents backflow of blood from right ventricle to right auricle. Now this one is right ventricle. It is the lower chamber of right side which power deoxygenated blood to pulmonary artery from here like this. It's blue in color because it carries deoxygenated blood. Now from here, from both sides, it will goes to lungs, and from the lungs oxygenated blood enter into left auricle through pulmonary vein. Now pulmonary, from here the blood enter into left ventricle where it is passed through bicuspid valve or mitral valve. From here this blood goes to aorta, and aorta will divide into different regions. Subclavian region, it is on the shoulder. Carotid region, near the neck region. Chordae tendineae are cord-like structure. They are tendons that is connected with the bones and muscles, that is valves and muscles like this. And on another side they are connected with papillary muscles, which are the muscles of ventricle. In this diagram we have not shown you SA node and AV node. You can leave for this, for the drawing, or if you wish you can draw SA node on the right auricle which send impulse to left auricle as well as to the AV node that is situated near the tricuspid valve. From here we have bundle of his which passes through interventricular septum, and later on it divide into Purkinje fibers. These Purkinje fibers enter into ventricular region and they help in contraction of ventricular region. This is interventricular septum. Interventricular septum, this one is the interventricular septum. This interventricular septum separates right ventricle and left ventricle. Heart is surrounded by a layer that is called pericardium. Pericardium is a layer around heart. It is beside of three layers from which heart is basically made up of. Most of the muscles of the heart are cardiac muscles. Basically we have endocardium, that is the inner layer of heart, myocardium, middle layer of heart, then the heart, and around that we have pericardial space where pericardial fluid is filled, and around it we have pericardium, which provide protection against the mechanical jerks and injuries. We have blue color shown unoxygenated blood or deoxygenated blood, or the blood which is rich in carbon dioxide. Red color shows oxygenated blood or the blood which is rich in oxygen. Now I hope the entire diagram is clear to all of you. Draw this diagram in your practical file with pencil. You can use color pencil, you can use color pens, but not sketch pen, and explain each part in your practical file. Till then, take care. Goodbye.